Hey, yo, I need y'all to do me a favor. Peep the shirt, homeboy. Peep the shirt. Thank you to our final patrons, Sis Lancelot, Art Goon, and Praise the Sun. A big thank you to our $25 patron, the Mr. Greed. Before we hop into this breakdown of Meliodas rap of so many words. Before we hop into this breakdown of Meliodas rap Dragon by Rustage, please leave your own thoughts on the rap in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit that little notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month. Any support would be appreciated. Now, let's get into it. What's up, guys? I got the pencil here, and here we are to do a breakdown of the rap by Rustage, aka known as Dragon. Meliodas rap. I asked y'all a while ago if y'all would mind me doing some rap breakdowns and reactions, because I listen to a lot of it. Y'all have seen it in any of my other like creator content videos. Like, y'all have seen it in the background. It's been lurking. So obviously I want to talk about those too. These shouldn't be as long, but I've said that about so many things in the past that I don't actually know how truthful it is. So we'll just hop into it. We'll just start breaking it down. And for those of y'all are wondering, the hand is still the real one. I'm just the body the hand grew, because his higher ups was like, you can't have you rock it. However, peep the shirt though. Peep the shirt. Peep the shirt. Peep the shirt looking immaculate, ain't it? It's a little wrinkly. But it's immaculate, ain't it? Yo, check out the logo. Peep the logo. Peep. To what logo? It's flipped because of the camera, but it's peak. All right, let's hop into it. Got my headphones. I got my rap. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. Okay, one thing I have to immediately get into when I start breaking down this is, like, I love Rustage's beats, or like his, I guess his beats, right? It would be beats. Like the background music he does for it. It is so, I guess like the musical term would be full. I think that's the word I need to go for. Like, it's such a full sound to it. And oh, hold on. Bam, I still got the pencil. I'm fun fact, I'm actually nearsighted, so like the glasses don't do much for me when I'm in such close proximity to the thing I'm looking at. So, however, enough of that, back to Rustage's beats. I actually really like Rustage's beats because they feel so full, right? They have so much behind them and so much meat into them that once you start listening to it more and more, like I've listened to Rustage songs on repeat like hundreds of times probably. They're only 3 minutes usually, so like hundreds of times. It's only 300 minutes. I'm not that crazy, but still, you hear more and more because of how much Rustage puts into there. And I think that's an underappreciated part of Rustage, like his beat making skills. Mainly you hear a lot about like that Daddy Fat Snaps, Oddwin, like a lot of your beat producers that are mostly, well, Daddy Fat Snaps is a rap, but essentially Rustage makes really good beats. I like this beat too. Let's continue. Yeah. You hear it keeps adding more, he keeps stacking onto it. The drums, yeah, right.
Bringing the fury, yeah.
Dragon.
Now that you're facing a
Dragon. Okay. Here's the thing, right? This isn't like a genuine reaction because once again, I've listened to the song like many times before, but it's been a while since I've actually listened to it. So like, I love the passion Rustage comes into immediately. And the big thing that I like about a lot of the anime rap community, especially more recently, is that instead of just like rapping about a character, or even alongside of just rapping about a character, the actual style of rap and like the narrative they tell within the music itself kind of ties into the character as a whole. So for something like this, the slow buildup is kind of like the early bits of chapter 1, right? You don't really know what's going on. You're kind of just along for the ride, and you're kind of with Elizabeth in that sense. You're on there. However, the moment you get to the first Twigo fight, it's it. You hit it. Facing the fury of Dragon. Like, and the full counter would be the B drop. Like, this song kind of mirrors the opening of Seven Deadly Sins as a whole, which I think is great. I think it's really, that's like, and I'm not even sure if Rustage did that on purpose, but it's something I noticed after, once again, repeat listens. So when I start breaking down new songs, if I ever miss things, don't be shocked. And these like deep revelations and thoughts only come from like listening to it on loop. However, Bringing the Fury of Dragon. And I love I'm sorry, I know I pause and I talk a lot, but welcome to That Guy with the Pencil. But essentially, another thing I love is how Rustage isn't afraid to edit his voice, and not just in like the auto-tune sense, like some people do, but like altering the pitches and altering how he says things. Like, he'll alter it in his speech. Like, I can talk like this, but at the same time, I can talk like this. But then after that, I can edit it on top of that and add a filter on top of that. Rustage can do that. And he loves to do that. I think it adds a lot more effect. Like, facing the fury of dragon. Like, listen. But you see how it gets you built up like chapter 1, 2.
Bringing the fury out.
Dragon.
I'm not even sure. Maybe that isn't even Rustage's voice. But like the fact that he's willing to throw that in there, it puts so much impact on the word dragon. Like, facing the fury of dragon. I'm into facing the dragon. I'm getting it later into the song, but essentially I love the emphasis. I'm already starting to sweat. I can feel it.
That you're facing a
Dragon.
I am the demon king, you're not defeating me. Call me the sin of the
Dragon.
Now, admittedly, I remember being a little bit confused around the time this song came out, mainly because like I was just like, wow, we're talking about that? Because this song is like 3 or 4, going on 4 years old at this point. And like the whole Demon King plotline, like he was a demon, but I don't even think it was revealed that he was a prince of the Demon Clan yet. Like Rustage was hopping deep into manga stuff, like right off rip. So if you didn't know about Meliodas, W spoilers, I guess. Like you just had to hold that because he was like, I'm the Demon King, and you're like, whoa. Ain't nobody asked. But speaking of demons, peep that shirt. No, I really love. This shirt really came out nice. Like, I do need to do a more complete design of this, so like you can have like the curved wings. It doesn't look so boxy, but I really like the shirt. Peep the shirt. But regardless of that, I don't know. I just found it funny. Like it makes sense perfectly, just fine now. Like in fact, the song is aged better now that the anime has fully caught up with the manga. But at the time, I just remember being like, that's like big spoilers, especially considering the rest of the song, unless I'm misremembering, doesn't go very far past season 1. And like a big twist about Meliodas is the fact that he's a demon. So telling him that he's the Demon King, even more spoilers. But we let it slide, we let it rock. And to be fair, now I think about it, it's 2022. What, the manga ended mid 2020, so 4 years ago, maybe not too long.
in the fire, the
Dragon.
I was a high like a
Dragon.
One of the 7 says I am prepared to win, brandish the mark of the Dragon.
Okay. Another thing that I really love. I love how, and notably, this is something that I should probably say this, but yeah, I will. I'll say it. But I won't. Let's let it rock a little bit more.
If you order Britannia, may have been exiled from fake propaganda. At the command, the story begins, cause I'm the captain of the deadly sins.
But you see how in the chorus it was a lot da 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 dragon da 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 da. That's, and then you get into this part, which is the fun fact, I used to do music, not in like the general sense, but I sang. You're never gonna hear that ever. But regardless of that, the thing is, what is it? This is simple stuff. I listened to anime rap breakdowns. I should know what this is called. We just had the hook, which is the dragon. But then you have the verse. There it is. I don't know why verse escaped me. But essentially you have the verse, right? And the thing with the verse is that it's capturing what the hook doesn't. The hook is very much dragon, blah, 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 blah. Like it's high energy, high octane, like Meliodas in the middle of a fight. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, the thing that the other side is fitting right now is not just the words, English. It's the high octane side of Meliodas, the one you do see in battle, the one you do see going crazy, going nuts, going stupid, all that good stuff. Meanwhile, you have the regular Meliodas that's sort of like an exposition machine, and sort of like a whole ancient part that is very deeply intertwined in this world, and Rustage is reflecting that in the verse. I think it's very cool. You could have just kept the same high energy in the verse, just changed up the tone and stuff like that. But no, he goes out of his way to welcome you all to Britannia, the fake propaganda. Like, and that's another thing I love. I'm sorry, I know I'm going super in depth, but once again, welcome to That Guy with the Pencil. I happen to do these things super in depth a lot, but I love how Rustage plays with long words, and that sounds so wrong. But essentially, I love how Rustage, like, let me go back. Let me show you. I end up here.
To win, brandish the mark of the
Dragon.
I welcome you all to
Britannia.
And you may have been exiled from
fake propaganda. Like, he didn't rhyme Britannia. I mean, he kind of did, propaganda. But notice how, like, the rhyme didn't come at the end of the phrase. Like, Britannia and propaganda, they technically rhymed. Like, the does both rhyme. And duh, Britannia and propaganda. But instead of rhyming the duh, which would have been the duller rhyme there, he rhymes Britannia, propaganda. Like
propaganda at the command. Feeling the fire, the
dragon,
I was a high like a
dragon,
one of the seven says I am prepared to win, banish the mark of the
dragon.
I welcome you all to Britannia. May have been exiled from fake propaganda at the command.
Ganda. Like, he puts more emphasis on the gan than the duh. Even though, like, propaganda, like, you would D-U-H would be at the end. Like, I love where he'll rhyme in the middle of words. And then because of how good he is at manipulating those words, he can, I'm a commander, story begin, commander. And, like, he turns the into duh, so it still rhymes with Britannia and propaganda. Like, it's just fire. I can't help it. And then he continues.
Story begins, cause I'm the captain of the deadly sins. Hey, hitting with
No, it doesn't continue. I thought he said, but see, that's how I was tricked. I thought he literally said commander, but he says at the commander. So I just really like how he raps. Like, I know I should be doing like an in-depth story breakdown, but notably this is like earlier Rustage. He goes a lot more, I mean, I think he does go into some more story stuff here, but essentially, I really like what he's doing so far. Let's continue.
agility and faster. Hey, now you know the reason I'm the master. Huh? The murder with the magic, I'm a caster. Yeah, protecting all the people from disaster. Down.
So like, Rustage, and he still does this a lot. To be fair, have I listened to a lot of recent? I don't know. Mainly because like, I'll admit, just because of like how hectic and chaotic my life has been for a little bit, I've kind of zoned out. Like, I'll click on a Screwface John reaction, a Swabidos reaction. Like, I'll click on some of those, like just in passing. That's what I'll do, and then that's how I'll kind of like catch up and stay with the anime community. Like, I haven't even listened to a DPS song for a little bit, and I love DPS. Like, I've been listening to their old music. Actually, I haven't listened to some of their new tracks. So, but that's something I do remember about Rustage, especially from this time period. I think he still does it now, even though I haven't listened to Rustage track in a while. He likes to throw in those like high speed rap points. Like, it's something that I'd say, what's his name? He made the Ten Commandments rap. He played Zeldris in the Ten Commandments rap. You know who I'm talking about, and I know who I'm talking about. I just can't remember their name. None Like Joshua. There we go. None Like Joshua. He'll throw it in too. But the reason, and what they both do very, very well, is that enunciation. Because a lot of the times in fast rap, and notably, I don't have the highest processing power in my brain. You guys have heard me try to speak English. Obviously, it's just I'm not the most potent at that. However, what None Like Joshua and Rustage will do is they will enunciate so well while still rapping fast that not only do you get the fast rapping effect, but you still actually get to understand what they say. Like, listen to this.
The command, the story begins, cause I'm the captain of the deadly sins. Hey, hitting with agility and faster. Hey, now you know the reason I'm the master. Huh? The murder with the magic, I'm a caster. Yeah, protecting all the people from disaster. Down.
You could understand every word of that despite the fact that he literally like doubled the pace. And it still stayed on beat. That's impressive. Like, that's not easy to do. And obviously he got the Merlin bar in there, no matter the magic, which is kind of contradictory. Like, there's a line between like me, the Seven Deadly Sins lore guy, who probably knows way too much about this stupid series that I love, and also B, that's like, it's just good music. But when he throws it in
the
there,
command, the story begins, cause I'm the captain of the deadly sins. Hey, hitting with agility and faster. Hey,
faster, yeah.
Now you know the reason.
Now you know the reason I'm the master. I wonder if is that a Hawk reference? I don't know. He's the bar master, so that works.
The master, huh? Murder with the magic.
Like, Merlin with the magic, I'm a caster, which is kind of a contradictory thing. Like, I mean, technically he's in this context, if this were Meliodas rapping, but it's Rustage rapping, obviously, he's like casting out raps, like he's casting out bars. That's what he's doing. But in canon, Meliodas doesn't actually like to use magic that much. Like, he has some of the most useful magic, period, but he doesn't use half of it half the time. He literally threw away his true magic. So, I mean, technically he is a caster, full counter is magic, but a little iffy on that part. Only because it does it with the character, but at the same time, it works within the rhyme scheme. So I'm not gonna like, up Rustage, -2 points on that. It was just a cool line. I'm not gonna knock on it anymore for that.
I'm a caster, yeah, protecting all the people
from disaster.
Down to the ground, I'm dealing with this encounter. Surrounded, I'm loud, I'm using my full counter. Hearing the sound of proud.
Encounter, full counter, like. No, I've always been, like, that's a thing where I've always been mixed on. I'm not sure how to rate those bars. Like, you use the same word, like, but I guess it's like, but like, command, Britannia, command the. Like, that's good writing and good manipulation of words. Encounter, it's the same word with 2 letters at the beginning of it. Like, I'm not sure if I can give you the full points for that one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing. And this happens a lot where like I'll hear that and like it's still good. It still fits in the rhyme scheme. It still fits on the beat. It still goes. It does everything else well. But it's like it's kind of cheating. Like what's another example of that? I'm saying that's cheating, and I can't even think of another example. But essentially, if you rhyme the I know, Pencil, the massive hypocrite, comes out, hey, that's a pretty bad example of rapping. Here's another example, can't think of another example. But essentially, counter and counter. But I'll let it rock, it still fits. Hearing the sound, I'm proud to say that I'm back.
Say that I'm back, slicing you to pieces, you're nothing more than my hawk scraps.
Back, scraps. The writing, he put the emphasis on the BAC and then rhymed it with scraps. Notably, I write stories and what ifs and versus battles. I don't write raps, gosh darn it. So like, I can't even begin to say that, oh, well, I can kind of understand. But no, even just like, as a person who enjoys music, the ability to play with words like that, it's just chef's kiss, beautiful, I like that. Nice, I like it, Picasso.
Running the ball, I'm chilling it. Hobo and Reaper, I'm killing it. Life is a story, not
chilling it, killing it. I know we can rock with that.
missing it. I'll slay you if you harm Elizabeth.
And that's all. That's like that's something that the anime rap community is thankfully sort of getting out of. And at least I say that like I've been deeply like watching, but at least the idea of like just rapping as the character and not rapping alongside the themes of the character. Both are exciting. And like you can do both in spades, right? Like, or with even distribution, right? Like I don't necessarily mind if you have like a character rap here and then like a rap with a theme about the characters. That's why I kind of like. Then again, I really like Maddie Forio's Kingdom Hearts rap. I'm pretty sure that's Maddie Forio. I'm gonna have to definitely do a response. But Kingdom Hearts, there's so many things I need to do. But like, I'm not. How much of a bore is that? Nah, but I'm trying to think. I'm legit trying to think. What I was going to say essentially was like, you can do character rap, but typically I prefer like raps that are just based around an entire story. Like instead of a Tanjiro rap, I like just a general Demon Slayer rap. Because when you bind yourself down to one character, you sort of like limit yourself to certain themes and ideas, and it's easier to just rap as if you were the character and tell their story in rap form. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like I said, I've listened to the song many a time. Obviously, hasn't stopped me before, but always a rap that's going to be more interesting to me is a rap that like talks about or is around the ideas of the character, like the ideas of wrath, the ideas of the dragon, or like what that represents, the suffering and stories behind it. And honestly, I would love, because I know Rustage does this. I know he's done it. So if Rustage ever does a spin around back to the song, or like back to this character, I would love to see him bring in his own narrative, like his Sakuna rap. That has a whole bunch of Rustage in there. This is much more Meliodas with Rustage rapping for Meliodas. Not a bad thing. It's just something that is always running in my head that I feel like I have to point out, because this is what I'm here for. I'm here to like break it down and give y'all my genuine thoughts. Bada bing, bada boom.
Powers overloading as the demon takes control. I'm gaining strength from the second I start assault mode.
Powers overloading as the demon takes control. Assault mode. That's a bit weaker. Once again, at the time, was assault mode even a thing in the anime 4 years ago? I think this is 4 years ago. I'm not going to trick it down to check. But 3 years ago, was assault mode a thing in the anime? I distinctly remember that whole season 3 controversy being very recent. But then again, I'm old. So I feel like time just flies faster for me. So maybe not. Maybe it was wrong. However, hold on. Maybe we listen to that bar. Darn, we are only a minute in. The hook repeat. Someone go into super in depth about that again.
But I'm killing it. Life is a story, not missing it. I'll slay you if you harm Elizabeth. My power's overloading as the demon takes control. I'm gaining strength from the second I start assault mode. Darkness taking over.
Yeah, I can see what he was going for there. Control, mo, like emphasis on the O in order to get the rhyme out of assault mode. I feel like you could have thrown, like, either remove the assault mode bar entirely, but how would I rewrite that? The power's overloading as the demon takes control. Gaining strength from the second. I'm about to see. Control is gaining strength as I get closer to my goal, or like goal, something like that. Like switch up the rhyme there, because like, once again, I love it when you play with words, but the thing is, when you play with words a bit too much, a bit too spicy with it, sometimes they don't hit. Sometimes they don't hit. The control and mode that doesn't rhyme, and that's not your own fault. Like the words just don't rhyme, but you try to play with the words, and now I can see where you're going for. I can even force myself to hear it, but still not the most clear and most clarified of it all. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's let it rock.
We magic that was once restrained. How my way about to be consumed within the blaze.
Am I gonna censor that? Because I say that all the time. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm still gonna censor that. But one thing, none of that rhymed. Contained, blaze. Hold on, let me run that back. I know editing me is gonna hate me here, because if I do decide to edit it out, editing me is gonna hate me. But if I don't decide to edit it out, editing me is gonna be like, fine, whatever. I already have other things to work on this video. But
darkness taking over, showing magic that was once restrained. How my way about to be consumed within the blaze. Bringing the
yeah, you didn't even. None of that rhymed. From control, mode, blaze, restrained, like I can hear it. I can hear what you're going for. It just doesn't work. Peep the shirt. You also the like button is free. Also the subscribe button. That greatly helps me out. Like, you know, I hope y'all know that. Like every single time I get a like, I cry a little of happiness on the inside. And every time I see a subscriber pop up, genuine tears. But in actuality, yeah, none of that rhymed. And I think that even caught me in my like re-listens of the song originally. None of that rhymed. Can't let that one slide, Rustage. I mean, who knows? Maybe it did, and I just missed the rhyme scheme there. But I don't. Like, tell me in the comments, did that rhyme, or was that like attempt at rhyme through wordplay? I'm gonna go with the latter, because that didn't sound like a rhyme to me. But that's just me.
Dragon. Now that you're facing a dragon, I am the demon king. You're not defeating me. Call me the sin of the dragon. Feeling the fire, the dragon. I was so high like a dragon.
Like fly high, like those rhyme, and dragon, like for another. So I didn't mention in the initial going of the hook. I don't know why I grabbed the wall, but another thing, dragon, like the point I brought up earlier about how like you hit. Sorry, my buddy just betrayed me here. But the thing about the dragon and why I think it's different than like the encounter, full counter, like why I'm not mad at the dragon, but I point out that is because there's a slight difference. Now listen closely for all my rap people or all my musicians out there. You probably already hear it, but listen closely.
Darkness taking over, showing magic that was once restrained. How my way about to be consumed within the hell blaze. Bringing the fury, dragon. Now that you're facing a dragon, I am the demon king. You're not defeating me. Call me the sin of the dragon. Feeling the fire, about to be consumed within the hell blaze. Bringing the fury, dragon. Now that you're facing a dragon.
Bringing the fury. Now that you're facing it. Okay, those two are bad, but the next thing is what
I am the demon king, you're not defeating me. Call me the sin of the dragon. Feeling the fire, the dragon. I was so high like a dragon. One of the seven says I am prepared to win.
Okay, essentially the feeling so high, fly like a high and fly. They rhyme, and the accent of dragon there is just for the emphasis, but the rhyming is still there. He's not just rhyming dragon and dragon. He's rhyming other things. But now listening to the hook a little closer, it's like, was there any of that, or was he just rhyming dragon and dragon for the first part? So hold on.
Darkness taking over, showing magic that was once restrained. How my way about to be consumed within the hell blaze. Bringing the fury.
Bringing the fury of dragon. Bringing the fury.
Dragon. Now that you're facing a dragon, I am the demon king. You're not defeating me. Call me the sin. The dragon. Feeling the fire.
None of that rhymed. I didn't pick that up in the first listen through, but I think that whole diatribe about like rhyming kind of woke me up there. But feeling the fire.
Dragon.
I was a high like a
Dragon.
one of the seven.
Fire, higher. And once again, it's a good wordplay. High, like he's saying high like a dragon. But to rhyme it with fire, instead of putting the emphasis on the A, he's going higher. High like a, wait.
Now that you're facing a
Dragon.
I am the demon king, you're not defeating me. Call me the sin of the
Dragon.
feeling the fire, the
Dragon.
I will soar high like a high. That's what he's rhyming there. I thought he did something different there. I will soar high like a, oh no, I should have known that. But essentially, that rhymed. That worked. Wordplay, good.
was a high like a
Dragon.
one of the seven says I am prepared to win, banish the mark of the
Dragon. Bringing the fury of Dragon.
That was my
Now
favorite.
you're facing a Dragon. I am the demon king, you're not defeating me. Call me the sin of the Dragon. Bringing the fire, the Dragon. I will so high like a Dragon. One of the seven sins I am prepared to win, banish the mark of the Dragon.
And obviously that's supposed to represent Berserk mode, as he was showing in the clips. Cool way to continue the hook, repeat it, flip on it, make you listen again, appreciate a bit more. The rhyming still is a little bit lacking there, but obviously, I don't, maybe it's a rhyme scheme that, I'm thinking of the traditional A-B rhyme, or no, A-A-B-B rhyme scheme. I don't think there's an A-B rhyme scheme in there. Maybe an A-B-C rhyme scheme that I'm just missing. I don't know, once again, I'm out of music training for a while now. So if I'm missing something there and something's actually rhyming, do not be afraid to correct me in the comments. But I still don't hear rhyming in there. Though I do like, once again, the whole editing the voice stuff, the way it's portraying Meliodas and how he interacts in the narrative, his different forms, stuff like that. That's good. That's juicy. You like that.
seeing double, no going insane, attacking with
The demon king, you're not defeating me. Call me the sin of the Dragon. Bringing the fire, the Dragon. I will so high like a Dragon. One of the seven sins I am prepared to win, banish the mark of the Dragon.
you're seeing double, no going insane, attacking with clothes with my weapon lost vein. Walk
Insane, Las Vegas. That's a bar. But I know this would be asking too much. And I know I'm getting like, I'm super critical, but I still love the song. Like regardless of what I'm saying doesn't rhyme, stuff like that. Like obviously I'm just noticing this now, listening super hard and like notably, this isn't things where I'm finding flaws off the bat. I'm listening to a song I've listened to a bunch and specifically looking for things that are off. And this isn't even a thing that's off, seeing double, going and saying my weapon lost fate. Like that's fine. But like, what's the max number of clones he produces in series and then like in manga? Or at least in the initial introduction, I believe it's 4. Double. Oh no, I would sing quintuple, you're going insane. I feel like that would be like a more I don't know why I keep reaching to grab this wall. But regardless, I feel like it would have been a cooler in series reference, especially since he's sticking so heavy to Meliodas, the character in the series. If he had went with that initial reference, because double and quintuple still rhyme. It's just a little hard to say because you have the pace. Like, hold on, let me see if I can repeat the bar with that in there.
Like a Dragon. One of the seven sins I am prepared to win, banish the mark of the Dragon.
you're seeing double, no
You're seeing quintuple, you're seeing quintuple not going insane.
going insane, attacking with clothes with my weapon lost vein.
Attacking with clones with my weapon lost vein. You're seeing quintuple not going insane. Attacking with clones with my weapon lost vein. Like you could have, the rhyme still works. It's a better in series reference, and double is just. I feel like seeing double is just a term that's used a lot. Maybe not in rap itself. I don't know. I can't think of the top of my head where seeing double bars come out of nowhere. But like in terms of just I'm seeing double. Like it's a common phrase. So if you had thrown in seeing quintuple for the 5. And that would have been a reference to the initial use of the laws. Like, you could have done something spicy there. You went with something that was still spicy. But I just thought of that off the top of my head, like how to make it even more spicy. Like, the likelihood of Rustage ever seeing this, very, very low. But I love you, man. I'm sorry. I always feel bad whenever I'm like, here, let's add this or let's do this. I'm not saying I could ever do better than this. I don't think I could produce better than day 1 Rustage. I could produce better than day -55 Rustage. Let's be real. But like, I'm just here talking about it.
What can I say? There is a reason you're taking a beating, now I have a blade.
Yeah, it works. That's a That's actually pretty good in series bar, because for the longest time, Meliodas never actually had a weapon, but then he got Liz's gift sword and finally had a blade. It's good. That's good in series now. We like that bar. We like that bar.
Moments I'm humming them, it's too easy. I'm disarming and farming them, they can beat me. Feel deeply, demons are heartless.
How many can don't beat me? Like, I thought I reminded myself of Wile E. Coyote there, but once again, fast rapping, but well enough enunciate. Like, I didn't need the subtitles there. I know what he's saying, and I'm still getting the beep beep. Like, that rhyme scheme that he's playing, that little pocket that he's in, it's pretty heat, kind of like this shirt. Okay, I'm sorry. Also, the like button's free, but also the subscribe button's free. Greatly help out. Regardless of that, I really like that. That was weird. But speaking of that, that reminds me. Editing me black screen. Regardless of that, we're gonna move on.
Seal them away in the coffin of darkness. Watching the empire descending and late. Took a moment, I'm humming them, it's too easy. I'm disarming and farming them, they can beat me. Feel deeply insane. Attacking with clones with my weapon, lost vein. What can I say? There is a reason you're taking a beating. Now I have a blade. Took a moment, I'm humming them, it's too easy. I'm disarming and farming them, they can beat me. Feel deeply, demons are heartless. Seal them away in the coffin of darkness.
Bar. But once again, Demon King. Like, once again, approaching this from the impossible perspective, as someone who has no idea, like, say you're just a Rustage fan that's never watched Seven Deadly Sins, the narrative there may be a little bit confusing, like saying, wait, Demon King? If you're the Demon King and you're saying demons are heartless, and you want to see them away in the coffin of darkness, which is a bar. Heartless, darkness. I feel like I'm listening to a Kingdom Hearts rap out of nowhere. But regardless of that, like, it's a bar. It's a bar. It's spicy. But it lacks that internal consistency. But then again, Meliodas' narrative lacks internal. Never mind. That's a bar on top of one. That's actually good, because Meliodas' own narrative lacks internal consistency. That's a big part of his character. Like, the whole redemption arc was Elders. So never mind. Let me shut my behind up. That was good.
Watching the empire descending and gang up to battle with Hendrix.
Once again, Rustage. I got on him a little bit, but that wordplay, watching the empire descending and go into battle with Hendrickson. Like, it's not Hendrickson. That's his particular. But once again, that's wordplay I'll let slide. As long as you don't drastically change the word. There's a specific rap I'm thinking of where, like, the word is just wrong. And when I react to that rap, even though I haven't watched the series that rap is done, you will hear me complain about that. Because I think there's stretching words, and then there's what that particular rapper did, and I don't think that's fair. But so, like, once again, this is a rapper that I could never ever dare compete with. Please don't ever go after me. I'm scared. But regardless of that, watching the empire descending and go into battle with Hendrickson. Descending and is what's got me there, right? Because and descending Hendrickson, none of that rhymes. But Rustage sat down one day. He got out the notebook and was like, I need to put Hendrickson in here because we're talking about season 1. Hendrickson, descended and bar, fire. I love that. I love, and I know I'm not a professional music major, so I may not have the most in-depth and crazy, like, I can't tell you much about musical schemes and breakdowns and stuff like that. That's not something I can do. But as just a simple person who enjoys music and can get some of the references, chef's kiss. I love that. And also, I just like good wordplay.
Gotta be stopped. Bodies were dropped.
It's so weird, right? Being a content creator yourself, you become so much more aware of other, like, little things that definitely, hold on, bam, there you go. So we'll pause on that. But being a content creator, you sort of not like, I start liking everyone's video. Like, if I like even 5 seconds of your video now, I'm subscribing. I don't know, like, it puts things into perspective. I'm not picky anymore. Like, man, I like what you said in this intro. Subscribe. Like, it's just a part of me now where it's like, I keep asking people to do it. I must make sure I do it myself. Commenting, I need to work on that. But regardless, gotta have the pencil on me. Overall rating for the song, See, I love the song. I own it. I've listened to it on repeat, but on a deep analytical breakdown, on a bar for bar breakdown, is that what we're calling these, bar for bar breakdown? I'll do those for like rap battles. If I do rap battles, I'll call those bar for bar breakdowns. But that's a bar in of itself. No, I'm kidding. But overall, if I had to give the rap a rating, I like a lot of the technical wordplay that's in here. Like, there's a lot of juicy stuff in there that's like, great, I like it, Picasso. Like, there's a lot of good stuff like that in there. But in that same vein, like, there's moments of things that I feel like don't rhyme. There's some missed opportunity. There's like one missed opportunity. There's like, you only count that as a negative. And this doesn't help. I'm only really comparing this to like updated Rustage. That's why I feel like I'm like trying to give it more critique. I don't want to give this such a high score because I know I'm gonna have things to compare it to. I know there are raps of his that are better, and I'm gonna be giving high scores to it. I don't want to and I'm thinking of like the tiers of Rustage music. I'd probably give this like a 7, just because like there are a few things that didn't rhyme in there. There was just an outright lack of rhyming. Like, the few things that didn't rhyme, I think were meant to rhyme. They just didn't come out in the way that sounded proper. There were sometimes in like the hook where you just didn't rhyme. But that may just be me missing the scheme. So who knows? Once again, this is my own personal rating, so don't attack me. Give me your own rating in the comment section down below. But I like that. Let's see. Only other thing, it feels like this is a bit too heavy into the character and not the ideas of the character. Definitely like the more recent Rustage and more recent anime community thing where you're rapping around the general idea of the character, throwing in a few character-specific bars here and there. Meanwhile, this one felt like all character-specific bars, which isn't wrong, it isn't bad, but it's just something, it's a preference thing for me. Overall, yeah, solid 7 out of 10. Really, really good. Still above average, still great, still gonna loop it. No matter my critiques, like the moment I'm done with this, the moment I click off the camera, it's like, I may just have to give this a listen again, why not? But those are my thoughts. Please tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that little notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as count them, $1 a month. Any support would really be appreciated. Also, peep the shirt. But thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.